All right, guys, welcome back. Here we are after our nice elongated lunch. I'm not going to lie, it's really nice to be able to take a couple hours off, talk to some drivers, see what we can set up for these next two groups. Just a heads up. So in the morning, we ran five groups, okay? So we ran 5-1. These next two sessions are going to run four groups. We're going to have a few more cars in it. Obviously, still plenty of track time, still plenty of space, but that way we can pump in two more sessions for you guys. So as I'm sure you can tell from this drone footage, it is not as hot right now. It's still muggy outside, it's still warm, but the sun is not beating down on the track. It's actually becoming nicer. This is something I was talking about a lot in the sessions before lunch. These guys really want to be able to run out here all day. And that's the advantage you have of like a track day over a time attack event. You don't necessarily get all day. Well, heck, we got a nice 3-hour break in the middle of the day. Now my guys get to run here during the afternoon. So right now it's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason I hesitate is because my laptop refuses to update and it keeps saying 2 p.m. So we're going to run from 5 to 8. So these guys and gals are going to get to run from 5 to 8. They'll be able to run one session right now, and then the next session between 5 and 6 we'll have these sessions, and between 7 and 8 the rest of the sessions. It's still a little warm outside, the sun is still out, but they have a higher chance of some cloud cover. It's going to be a little overcast. I think it's just going to be good for some lap time. So we had some pretty fast lap times, guys. So Eric Fleming in his Chevrolet Corvette Z06 was 1 second off the limited rear-wheel drive record, 2 seconds off the limited overall record. He feels like he has it in the bag. Okay, he didn't say that, guys. No one's going to say that, but he feels like he has a good shot at it. He pulled off a little early because he had an oil temp issue or an oil pressure warning light. He seems to have all that sorted. I was talking to him, so there's a really good chance a little bit later in the session, not this group of sessions, but the next group of sessions, you'll get an in-car of him. Still waiting to see what Jackie Ding does. Still waiting to see if Amir lays down a flyer. We know Sally and Marcos have something up their sleeve. I mean, they don't show up here every year not to be competitive and try to win. So good amount of racing left in the day. Let's keep an eye on what's going on in these groups. Just a heads up for you, our in-car right now is Michael Whitehead in the Ford Focus ST. So Michael is not necessarily someone that is very well known. I'm just going to tell you right now. The reason we have a camera in his car is because he's been out there and he's been sending it, man. He's been very excited to watch. This is an enthusiast class car, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a car that an entry-level person can walk in. If it is a street car, I apologize, but it's one or the other. But it's a car where he goes out there and sends it. He's having a great time, and he's exciting to watch. It's great to see someone come out that people don't necessarily know and really get into this and push hard in there. So that's going to be our in-car for now. The second in-car, if everything works out well, is going to be Mr. Drew Turner in the Honda S2000 in Group 2, okay? So we're skipping groups, just so you know, to give our crew enough time to get a camera loaded and into another car. We don't want to ever hold a competitor back, so we're not going to like rush to get a camera in and make someone miss a session. So just the reason you guys are seeing every other session or every other group of cameras is because we're skipping. So I'm going to go 4 and 2 on this one, and I'm going to go 3 and 1 on the next one. We're going to try and keep it going where you guys get to see a nice mix of cars, mix of people. And really, I'm just really excited to see what kind of lap times Mr. Whitehead does in his Ford Focus ST. Yep, he is definitely an enthusiast class car, guys. We're in a 152 right now. You're going to see a big gap of time. So the gap between enthusiast and street is not a small gap, guys. Enthusiast is a true entry level class. They don't have to run a spec tire. They 220 tread wear or higher, and the rule set is very limited on it. They can only do so much. This is someone who runs HPDEs and really wants to get into competition and wants an entry to start in. So there are a lot of series that have close rules. Like I'll tell you that Global Time Attack Street Class and Grid Life Street Mod 98% the same. There are like two very minute differences. One is GT allows dog boxes, and another is Grid Life allows custody in the chassis. So very close to each other. But when you're talking about GTA Enthusiast and Grid Life Street, they have two different thought processes behind them. People actually build, and the purpose of that class is to build for said class. So you would build for Grid Life Street. That's their equivalent to our enthusiast. But for us, enthusiast is exactly that. It's an entry level, see if you want to get your feet wet. We don't allow people to stay in enthusiast. If you were to say, be Zachary Sober and win the very first SLB Coda in enthusiast, you only had one chance to defend it. After that, you had to go to street. So that's the biggest difference between us. Our enthusiast class is for people to get their feet wet, where let's say like a Grid Life Street is for people that don't want to quite be in street mod and fight those. They build for street class. They have a very defined rule set for street. I actually really enjoy their rule set for street. It makes sense if you wanted to stay permanently in that class. It's written much better, where ours is much broader, but that's the reason we have a limitation on it. We don't let people stay in it, because if you were to build to the limit of our enthusiast class, you actually could have a very competitive car. But what's the point of trying to be the biggest fish in a small pond in our rule set? This is nothing against theirs. I actually like the way the rule set's laid out because they allow people to stay in that class full time. Wow, so just like that, guys, look, I was saying he was running a 152. Our in-car car actually just is now running the fastest time of this session. We call this the in-car mojo. You know what I mean? He told me like, hey, put it in the 370Z. He's gonna run a faster lap time. I said, hey, no one wants to listen to a VQ on stream. Okay, let's not lie. I'm kidding. I did say that. It's the VQ under mouse guy. But he's like, oh, but this guy's gonna run a faster lap time. Now he's out here. He is fastest in this session right now. In his enthusiast class, Focus ST, a 146.931. Super impressive. So for those of you that are just joining us right now, I would like to recap. This is Global Time Attack Round 2, Road Atlanta. Usually done at the same time as Drift Atlanta, but because of the coronavirus pandemic, Drift Atlanta was not able to run here. I know that I have made it seem like the pandemic is not the biggest deal, just because I've been saying we are very blessed and lucky to be here. But the way I look at it is we get hit in the head every day with what's going on in the world. You don't need me to tell you how bad it is out there. We're lucky enough to be here. Our teams are lucky to be here. We're safe. We're healthy. We're doing it the right way. We're socially distancing. We're all wearing masks. And we're doing everything we can to race here and to be allowed to be here. And Road Atlanta has allowed us to continue running this event. The state of Georgia said it was completely fine. It's a no spectator event. That is very sad for us, because the one beautiful thing about Time Attack is you can come here and meet the drivers and get really close to their cars. This isn't IndyCar racing. This isn't IMSA racing. This isn't NASCAR. This isn't F1, where though I've been to more Indy races than I can tell you, more IMSA races I can tell you, you don't get to just go and talk to the driver and touch the car. That's part of our sport. So being here without spectators, it hurts our hearts, but we're really happy to be able to still compete. The drivers are out here giving it their all. They know you guys aren't here in person, but you're here in spirit. You're watching on stream. We're getting a lot of love and feedback. So to everyone that wasn't here earlier, thank you so much for following us and watching this. And the biggest reason, I'm sorry, the biggest thing I wanted to get out of this was we're lucky to be here. All these competitors are very happy that we're here. We do miss a bunch of our Canadian friends. The borders are closed. We're missing the James Houghton. We're missing the Will Al Youngs. We're missing the Chris Boersmas. We're missing these guys that have supported our series, and not just us, the Grid Life series, all time attack in the United States. We're missing these guys severely. So make sure you stay safe out there. Do whatever it takes to, live your life, be safe, make sure your family's safe, but hopefully we can get back to normal living soon. You know why I like Michael's view so much is to anyone on the East Coast that has the ability to run a track day here, get with me, man. Like Mr. Whitehead is in a Focus ST, not very highly modified, has some safety equipment in it, wheels, tires, not very much more powerful than a regular ST. And he's out there running a 146. He's pushing the car. He's having a good time. I mean, the hard part for all of us regulars and the people that have been coming for so long is we actually forget what it was like to be in our street car and push it and have a good time. A lot of people I know, we spent the last couple of years remembering what it was like to have fun at these events. Not to say competing isn't fun, but anyone that's ever competed at a high level, I don't care if it's racing, I don't care if it's sports, I don't care if it's professional shooting. Whenever you're racing, whenever you're competing at a high level, the fun is kind of sucked out of it because you're there to compete and win, and you forget what drew you into it. Watching someone like Mike out here go lap after lap, he's smiling. I mean, when I told him I was going to put a camera in his car, he was almost like, why? I'm just out there having a good time. And I'm like, that's exactly why. People need to see you having a good time. That's the reason you're out here. And the funny part is, the Michaels of the world end up becoming the Amirs of the world, the Marcoses of the world, the Jackie Dings of the world. They go from just enjoying themselves to, wow, I'm really into this. I'm fast. I'm getting better. Look at this. And for all we know, 3 years from now, we'll have a Michael Whitehead in street class or limited class out here setting lap times 15, 20 seconds faster than he is right now. But so many times we see these drivers show up in their lightly modified street cars that they built to have fun at the track with, because, the biggest thing about this is the reason we all got into it is we wanted to keep racing off public streets. We all started, not that we condone it, but we started in places where we weren't supposed to be racing, and series like this and organizations and SCCA and all that, they kept us and pushed us in the right direction. So it's really cool to see these guys out here, someone like Mr. Whitehead pushing his car hard and having a good time. And just to see the juxtaposition of an enthusiast class car. Then we'll go to Drew's car. Drew has a beautiful white S2000 pink livery on the side. It was at SLB Coda year 1, and he couldn't make it last year, but his car is nothing serious, but he is a great driver and he has a good time with it. He is here to compete, but he's also here to support the series and support time attack in North America in general. So I just love this, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sure you hear my voice. This isn't something we do because we're making $1 million or just for the heck of it. We do this because we love it. Anyone who's here driving, anyone who's here working, even the production crew that isn't even a time attack production crew is out here having a blast, and these guys put their heart and soul into it. So I hope you can see what we're seeing, because man, dude, I'm just enjoying every moment of today. All right, guys. So I just want to give you a quick description on these classes. So driver must be the registered owner enthusiast class. You get unlimited engine mods in every class, but OEM transmissions, barely any aero mods. You have to be on a 220 treadwear tire or higher. We do have restrictions on width, and the engine swap has to be from the manufacturer. This is your everyday HPDE car coming to compete. In limited class, you actually have a vehicle that is pro drivers are allowed, unlimited engine mods. You can make as much power as you want. Sequential transmissions are allowed. This is just a much more extreme class, and you must use our spec AO52 tire in limited class. You can put any motor from any car in any other vehicle. It's open. Street class is the middle between the two. This is pro drivers are not allowed, but you get unlimited engine mods. No sequentials, but dog boxes are allowed. A pretty good amount of aero, 5-inch splitter, big wang. You have to also use the AO52, but there's width requirements, with restrictions, and the engine swaps are limited to available from the same manufacturer. Unlimited class is exactly that. It's unlimited. Pro drivers allowed, unlimited aero mods, sequential transmissions are allowed, including paddle shifted. You have to use the Yokohama Slick, or you can use an AO52 if you feel that's better for your setup. But obviously, the Slick is going to be the faster car, the faster tire.
Hey, what do you want me to do about the camera? Okay, cool. Oh, it was like 105 coming out of the exit, and it was a little sideways, but I just gave her some throttle and fucking said it was fine.
Live stream, dude.
Huh?
It's good for the live stream.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys told me I was going live. I had to do something.
Pushing hard to be live.
Man. So Michael Whitehead ran 8 laps, guys. So this is what an enthusiast class car is across the board. 8 laps, a 52, then a 46, then a 201, then a 46, then a 2-minute, then a 48, then a 2-minute, then a 48. It's like he got one good lap, a super solid lap, a decent lap, a solid lap. His fastest lap was 4th of this group. So true time attack drivers will tell you their fastest lap going to be lap 1, lap 2, because the way their alignment's set up, the tire set up, things fall off quickly. But that's the difference between a high-strung time attack car and an enthusiast class car that's trying to get in. So it's nice to see him out there running a 146.4 on his 4th lap and just having a killer time. I mean, you talk to anyone who's raced this track the first time, running a 146 in general is a respectable time. right, guys, we're in Group 2, Session 2 right now, my friends. I'm sorry, Group 3, Session 2. Group 3, Session 2 consists, let's see who we got. We got Austin Kirkpatrick, Kem Kirkpatrick, Jeffrey Bankston, Rusty Biddle, Gabe Finger, Devin Hoffman, Jake Graham, Sean O'Neill, and Jonathan Wheeler. This is our Group 3. Be sure to stay tuned for Group 2 after this because we will have an in-car in that beautiful white S2000 with the pink livery, Mr. Drew Turner. He's been running with us for quite some time, so we're blessed to have him still out here. Probably one of the fan favorite cars. One thing Drew has always done is he's made sure he brings good looking, attractive, clean cars out here. So we're lucky to see him, lucky to have him, and you guys will be lucky to sit inside his car with him while he takes a few laps around the world famous Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. All right, guys, it does look like we have someone stopped there on the side of the road. Can't quite get a grasp of it. Possible Type R. Gotta love the guys who are sitting here on our grid. I mean, it's hot as heck outside. Well, whatever it was, it does look like he got it all squared away. He pulled off to the side. There was no smoke. There was no fire. Possibly needed to reset the car, or maybe he felt something off and he just wanted to get it off to the side. It's a pretty common thing. That might be the USR Civic Type R. He is limping it around right now. That is by far a very, very slow pace. And looks like he's going to be pulling off to the edge again. Well, to be fair, well, it looks like he's waiting for people to go by. I mean, I was going to say, to be fair, he is in a safer place now because he's on the straight. I feel like he just really wanted to get out of the way right now, and I don't blame him. There we go. He's pulled off on a little side road right there. So this is like a low-speed pursuit. I don't know where he's going right now. Best case scenario is always to be able to limp it around, okay? Listen, you never want to put yourself or other competitors in harm's way. This car is not smoking, but I promise you, track officials would prefer if your car cannot do a lap around this place in a semi-quick fashion, they'd prefer you to just completely pull off the track. All right, guys, that right there is Mr. Kenta Young. He's one of the hard workers on our production crew. He's setting up an in-car for you in Mr. Drew Turner's S2000. Meanwhile, as you see Drew, I'm sure he's over there polishing the hood. He doesn't like having a dirty car, even though he was holding a huge spanner. A lot of people online asking how we do these in-cars and how they're so crisp. The answer is voodoo magic.
Do you have it back?
So we still don't have all the info on what happened. It was the black Subaru that was limping around the track. He literally just pulled into the pits in front of us and then slowly went forward and was making a very funny noise, almost like a misfire. And I'm not making a Subaru joke here. It sounded like it was running on two cylinders. So hopefully nothing serious is happening there, and hopefully he can get that all taken care of and back on track. All right, guys, and as you can see, this is a good look at our in-car coming up. This is Mr. Drew Turner. He is actually a little early to grid. He's actually waiting to go out. I'm going to make sure he gets out there on time. His session starts at 5:50 p.m., so he is 10 minutes away. For those of you wondering, this is the rest of today's schedule. At this exact time, it is 5:40 in the PMs. So we have GTA Group 2, Group 1, and then 4 through 1 all over again. I've been hearing from some of the drivers, they really like how the day has been progressing. There has been a few hot and cold times. The sun is back out as we speak right now. So we'll be here till 8 p.m., guys. So we'll see the weather change and the times drop. Here's Saturday's schedule, guys. If you want to go ahead and take a look, maybe save this in case you're wondering when we'll be here and what the times will be. Saturday is more of a normal day for us. We'll be running from 8 to 2. There is a break in the middle of the day. It's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, nothing too crazy, but enough to grab something to eat, you to walk away and then come back. This is our 4th of July schedule. So we'll be done by 2 o'clock. Make sure we get the awards afterwards, and then you guys can go on to your 4th of July festivities. All right, guys, we are running to the end of this Group 3 Session 2, Group 3 Session 2. We're going to have an in-car with Mr. Drew Turner in his beautiful white Honda S2000 with the pink livery. And we will continue to have more in-cars for the rest of the day. I know who I want to have in Group 1 on the next in-car. I'm going to find you someone really good in Group 3. So we'll figure this one out for you guys. But thanks so much for tuning in and staying with us today. And remember, we will also be here tomorrow. We're here today till 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and tomorrow's from 8 in the morning till 2 p.m. Oh, my S2000 life. Look at him. He's ready to sideswipe that IAG Performance Subaru STI. Take her out, Drew. Just put her right into the side. So from that view, as I'm sure you guys saw, it does look like the IAG Performance Subaru STI street class car driven by Devin Alexandria or Devin Hoffman has had some issues. It's being yanked up the hill by that truck. So I'm sure whatever that is, they'll get it sorted out. That team is very well known to get their issues taken care of and cars back on track. So it is a Subaru. It is a hot day. It's muggy outside. I know I was talking with one of their lead techs, Fred. Anyone who's met Fred over at IAG knows he's a super nice guy, knows what he's talking about, and real fun to make fun of. He told me they were seeing IATs 20, 30, 40, 50 degrees higher than they expected in Dan Presser Kroll's Unlimited class STI. So I'll see if I can find out some inside information for you guys, and hopefully we can get that figured out for you.
It's on.
I don't know if you caught it a little bit ago there, Mr. Randalls, but we got a quick little in-car view of Kenta putting these cameras in. I got nothing but love for our production team, man. Ever since we started doing these in-cars, they've gotten better and better, quicker and quicker. And not only the speed they put these in-cars in, the way they're placed, they never fail. So this proprietary voodoo that this production crew uses to do these live stream in-cars is on a whole different level.
Get to reset to your A.
All right, guys, it does look like we have Mr. Turner, Drew, about to start his lap. He's setting up for turn 12, and down the hill he comes. Man, I am loving this, guys. I'm sorry. It's in-cars, side shots, drones. This has to be one of the funnest times we've had at Road Atlanta in a long time as far as production quality goes. Usually we have in-car. I mean, you guys have definitely been living the in-car game with us for a couple of years now, but having the ability to follow one of these cars from up top as my director and producer is just killing the game right now with these sequences. But just being able to see it from all these different angles, it just gives you a new appreciation for this track. We've all seen in-car videos here, man. I mean, any of us that watch racing have seen overhead, but just to see these drivers, these people that we've been watching for so long have such a professional quality of production behind it, I'm just so excited about this. That's a great catch there, by the way, Mr. Viramontes. I do love the fact that Drew's helmet matches his car also. I mean, but anyone who's known Drew knows that he likes to bring style with his car. I mean, he's got a Keys racing wheel, got a beautiful livery on the side of his S2000, had to have a matching helmet. That's that line right there, guys. So I don't know if you've seen it. Every driver's a little bit different, but a lot of times you'll see a driver come out of the S's and just stay matted through it and jump over that center curve. And you can use it as long as you're smart about it. If you overuse it, it's very easy for the car to come around and you end up in the wall on the other side. just love that it has a keys steering wheel, but the cruise control stuff is still retrofitted to it on the bottom right. This is a man that loves his S2000. There we go. Drew set an even faster lap that second lap. It's that in-car swagger, guys. He is really pushing it because he knows he's in car. He's another driver that was super excited, man. I mean, when I didn't even ask him, I'll be very honest with you. I just went up to him and said, "Hey, Drew, I'm putting a camera in your car," and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So for you guys looking at timing and scoring, Jason Guzman, limited class at a 133.862 is leading this session. He is in a GTR. Dan Presser Kroll, DPK Racing, second at a 135.568. Phil Grabo at a 135.5. Mr. Jason Owens at a 136.3. Oh, just reset his time right now to 135.816. Got John Petita at a 39.4, Corin Tyson at a 4 and 3. Foreign at a 4.3. One thing about Corin that y'all don't know is this is her first time here in her new setup. She's on scrub tires and she's still getting used to this car. So I know tomorrow she'll have a fresh set so she can really try and lay down some laps. Drew's fastest, a 142.2, which is super impressive for the way his S2000 is set up. And then Gregory Petard in his enthusiast class car did a 45 flat, which is a great time. All right, guys, and here we have Group 1 being sent out as we speak. Group 1 is being led out by Eric Fleming. Um, the order of this is a little different than how it is. Amir would be second, but he actually wants to be in the back. He's still getting used to the track. So Jackie Ding, and then Derek Boyd in his Evo 10, Alexander Gallardo in his 350Z, Eric Rockwell in the GT 500, Sally McNulty in her Subaru STI, and Ryan Matthews in his Chevrolet Corvette. Eric Fleming in the C6Z06 is very close to the limited rear-wheel drive record, and if he takes a little bit more time off, the limited overall record. So let's see what kind of lap times we see out of these guys in this session. We're gonna let them go around and start, setting some warm-up laps and see where we go from there. I was talking to Amir a little bit. All jokes aside, this is a track that takes some time and commitment to get used to, and this is his first set of laps here. So his first session, he just basically drove around, got used to the track. He's probably going to go ahead and try and set a flyer here. I don't know if it's going to be a flyer, but it should be something where he is comfortable to keep going. Oh, right, boys and girls. I'm sure you've been paying attention, but Jackie just did a 29-1. That would be a street class record. I'd be hyped, but I feel like he has another lap in him that's going to be faster. So let's see what we got on the next one. And for those of you asking, no in-car in this group. We have to split them between odd and even. So we gave group 1 and 3 1 last time. It was 4 and 2 this time. You'll get a 1 and 3 again in the last session of the day. Yeah, Eric Fleming with a 29.6. He was running a little quicker than that his last time out, but per the usual, my friends, per the usual, the street class cars are leading the group, man. So we got Jackie Ding at a 29.1. We got Eric Fleming at a 29.6. We got Alexander Gallardo at a 32 flat. Eric Rockwell at a 32.9. Um, as I'm talking about, Alexander Gallardo now, he has a 32 flat. Sally McNulty at a 34 flat, and Amir at a 35 flat. Hey, Matt, in no way am I disappointed. Sorry if it sounded that way. If you were listening earlier, I was talking to Jackie about who the first person to be, who was the first person that was going to break the 29.7 today. We knew that Jackie had a chance, Amir had a chance, Marcos and Sally had a chance. It was super cool to see Jackie do it right now. The only reason I sounded so quiet is last time he set a really fast time here, he or set a fast time with GTA, he followed it up immediately with a faster time. So I was sitting around waiting to see a 28 something right there.
go for all Daisy County. This was at the end of the lap.
Man, guys, so this session right here, okay, we got Jackie Dean reset the street class overall record. We just had to go over a few things, obviously, because he technically went 4 off as he passed start finish, but he didn't gain an advantage off of it. So the stewards were just talking really quickly. Jackie's record is going to hold. He did a 29.140. That is the street overall record at this exact moment. We have Mr. Eric Fleming at a 29 flat. So he's got a little bit time to pick up to get the overall limited record, but he knows his car has it in it. He just has to push himself a little bit further. I would agree. Sally stuck at a 34 right now. She is definitely capable of more than that. The car is definitely capable of more than that. So I'm not sure if it's a setup issue or they need to turn the car up. Maybe she's just in a comfortable tune right now. Obviously, we all know these cars can have multiple maps, multiple boost levels. And it is both of them signed up in the car. So realistically speaking, we don't know how this is going to end today. There is a whole nother set of sessions coming out. But as it stands right now, guys, Jackie Ding is leading street class with a 29.1. Eric Fleming is at a 29.0 leading this entire session. But realistically, this is a good-looking session for you guys. Jackie Ding is doing Jackie Ding things. His exact words, okay, it was funny, guys. So, again, I talked to him this morning. And Amir just cut out 4 seconds off his. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. He just did a 32.1. I'm sorry, a 32.8. Anyone that was watching the Pacific Northwest event over at Ridge Motorsport Park will know when Amir gets comfortable, he starts chunking seconds off of laps. So this is the battle we were talking about. This is us expecting to see Jackie, Amir, Sally, and Marcos fighting out for the top of street class. So I'm really happy seeing Amir getting comfortable. It does look like he may get another flyer. The car is healthier and happier than it was at the Ridge. When he was at the Ridge, the motor was fresh and new. It wasn't even broken in. So now he has multiple maps going on. But back to the Jackie situation, he did say if he had a predictive lap that was faster than the record, he's coming down 12 and he's coming down mad. So I got to give it to him, man. He stuck to what he said he was going to do. Night before. Derek Boyd, boys and girls, now the fastest person in this group, just did a 27.5. Derek Boyd's come to a lot of our events. He has an unlimited class Evo 10. Pretty clean build, you know what I mean? He's been pushing that car for a long time. I don't think it's changed too much. He just gets more and more comfortable in it. So As it stands right now, fastest person in this session is Mr. Derek Boyd at a 27.584, Eric Fleming at a 29.00, Jackie Ding at a new street class overall at 29.140, Alex Gallardo at a 32.0, and then Ryan Matthews at a 32.3. The person that I'm looking at is Amir. He's been running lap after lap. He has one flyer and a whole bunch of recon laps. So his first 3 laps were at 35, 34, 34. You could tell he wasn't pushing, but he was really, wanting to get it with it. Then he did a 46, a 46, a 32.8, and then a 55 and a 47. So I think what he's doing is he's cooling it down, getting back out there, pushing it in certain sections. Amir is the kind of guy that would want to learn parts of the track and then go forward from it. He's not going to push a flyer if he knows he doesn't need to. Maybe he's just trying to pick up some time in the S's and then backing off, or trying to pick up 10A and 10B. So this is definitely something to look out for. He did this at the Ridge. He will do it here. He's going to push that car. I think Jackie also knows after his Autobahn event where he was leading day one that he needs to come back day two strong. Any of you Grid Life guys watching right now, you know what I'm talking about. You were there. He was crushing it day one. And it just seemed like the rest of the competitors, in his exact words, picked up a little more time than he did. He was driving great, but the other guys found a little bit more, picked up a little bit more, and it took him from first to third. And he doesn't want to feel that again. So he laid down a really impressive 29-1, but I think he's looking for 28s tomorrow. There it is, guys. Amir just took another second off. Amir just did a 31.9. So he really is out there just picking up little sections here and there, but you could tell he's getting comfortable out here, guys. So Jackie's biggest fear, we were all sitting in Amir's trailer. So this is in no way me making things up or saying I know what Jackie's afraid of. We both think that Amir has the better car for this situation. And at the end of the day, Jackie has the experience and he has the Jackie Ding factor. Amir has probably the better car for this track and this layout right now, but with no experience out here. So with Amir doing lap after lap in a car that is just running super reliable, I know Jackie's going to want to come back out and do something strong.
Attention the paddock. GTA Group 4, this is your call to grid. GTA Group 4, this is your call to grid. One more time, attention the paddock. GTA Group 4, this is your call to grid.
All right, guys, that was Group 1, Session 2 coming to an end. We're going to have Group 4 coming back out. This is going to be the last sets of groups. Just so you guys have a heads up, in Group 3, I will have an in-car in Rusty's GTR. In Group 1, I'm working on getting an in-car in Mr. Fleming's Z06. We're going to go check out to make sure Mr. Fleming's car is in good condition. He did just beat the ever-loving crap out of it for an entire session straight. So we'll check out. If I can't put it in his car, I promise you I have another car to put it in. We'll work it out. We'll see whose car we can put it in best. But for sure, you're going to get an in-car of Mr. Rusty's GTR, the We the People GTR, and then we'll get you a real good car for session 1. All right, guys, so we're going to throw up the standings so far today. We did just finish the third session of all the groups, so we have one more session left for all of them. So here's the enthusiast class standings. Limited class standings. Street class with Mr. Jackie Ding. These are actually the standings pre this last session, as you can see. This still shows his 31, not his 29. Here we have them, guys. We got Druv over here with a 1:45.7, already leading the fastest in this session. It's cool to see how the speed index works. So we got two people in 45s within 2/10 of each other, back to back, 47, 49, 50. Most of these cars are enthusiast class cars. There are a few like Bobby Velasquez in his limited class Type R, but I believe he has an alignment issue. He kind of knocked it out of whack. I saw that online. You got Chin Chi Chang and his brother in Street running 156 in their Cayman. Druv just set another lap within half a second or within a second of his last from a 45 to a 46. So these guys are still picking up time out here. They're still feeling good. It is warm. I will tell you, it is Atlanta, Georgia warm, guys. It's thick outside. The sun is still out. It's 6:45 and it feels like it's noon right now, but they have this entire hour and 15 minutes to really lay down these laps. So hopefully at the end of Group 1, the very last session, we may even see some more records fall.
Every time.
If you guys are looking for overall standings, by the way, don't hesitate to check out the Global Time Attack Instagram. I believe they have overall standings on their latest post of all classes from enthusiast to unlimited. As it stands right now, the only record that has dropped is the street overall. Jackie Ding took it with a 29-1. We still have Amir and Marcos and Sally in the contention for it. So Amir's first time here, he was running the 35s, 36s, and he was chunking seconds out of every lap. So he's down to a 31 right now, which is what Jackie ran in his first session. So we'll see how the rest of this day goes. Then we have all of day 2 to see where the lap times go down to. But we all believe that 28s and 27s are not out of the question. All right, boys and girls, we're about to go hot for Group 3, Session 3. We have info with a PTR. We are running towards the end of the day. We're going to have Group 3 and then Okay, sorry. We're also going to have Group 3, Group 2, Group 1. But I'm going to have an in-car and Rusty's GTR in Group 3, and then we'll have an in-car in Group 1, so you guys have the best opportunity to see the fastest cars out here. All right, guys, we're about to go hot with Group 3, Session 3. Still mind-blowing being out here this late in Georgia, guys. So I'm sure a lot of you, as you know, we usually end the day around 2 or 3 p.m., but we're out here till 8 o'clock tonight with no Formula Drift. Here we have Rusty going through 10A and 10B, about to set up for 11 and 12 and start his flyers. It's always nice to be in a GTR, just to see how these things drive. Not many people actually get to be on board or inside an R35. They definitely are a special kind of machine. guys. So in case you're wondering, I am just going around the paddock right now. I'm watching what's going on, but I'm talking to the drivers. Amir is going to go back out and try and send it. He doesn't think he's going to go high boost in this session. He's probably going to save that for the morning. And he has a fresh set of tires for tomorrow too, because he's on the tires from the ridge. So I still think he can get in the 29s. He may not be able to top Jackie's time quite yet, but he's definitely going to get into the 29s if he has a good lap. Oh man! So talking to Jackie Ding, as I'm sure you guys can see, our GTR in car is kind of down right now. He's sitting on the side of the road. Not quite sure what happened, but was talking to Jackie. It turns out when he set that record time, he definitely made that splitter see better days. So they're working hard right now to get the splitter remounted, get everything back together, because they want to go out and they want to get to 28s. I mean, realistically, they want to get 27s. Both him and Amir believe 27s are completely possible. Both of them are running on medium boost. No one has turned the car up yet. They both have a fresh, thicker set of tires. So I think you're going to see some fast times in the final session. And if not today, you're definitely going to see some fast times tomorrow. All right, guys. So we're gonna go over where we're at right now. Fastest time of that session, 134.207 at Ken Kirkpatrick. We got Jake Graham at a 137.971. See if we can catch what happened with Rusty. Rusty did run a 138.762, but I know he got caught on the side of the road. Right now, it's 7:11, so these guys have about 3 more minutes left in their session to try and set a flyer. So obviously,
GTA Group 2, this is your call to grid. GTA Group 2, this is your call to grid.
got 2 final sessions to go, guys. So it does look like we're going to get the heavy hitters going out in Group 2 and Group 1. For you guys who are curious who is in Group 2, I'll go ahead and go over it with you real quick. We got Jason Owens in his Honda Civic Type R, Brian Tyson in his Corvette, Phil Grabo in his Monster 86 twin turbo powered LS 86. He is working on some boost leak issues. They blew a clamp and now the car is over boosting after they fixed it, so he's working on that. We have another GTR, Jason Guzman, Dan Presser Kroll in his STI if he does go back out. We got John Petit in his SS1LE, Corin in her Honda Civic Si, and Drew in his S2000. Y'all saw Drew go ahead and live in his S2000 for an entire session a little bit earlier. In Group 1, we for sure have Amir and Jackie going back out. Jackie's working on something on the car, so he may or may not go back out, but I believe he is. Amir is definitely going back out. I spoke to him. Derek Boyd usually does not miss sessions. Same with Alexander Gallardo. So with the temperatures dropping a little bit, I think you're going to see these guys go back out one more time and try and set faster laps. Jackie's record does stand, the 29. It is the top of street class right now, but you have Amir cutting seconds on every lap. So I believe both of them have sticker sets of tires for tomorrow. And they both also have higher boost settings. So that's the one cool thing about turbo cars these days and standalone ECUs. I mean, Jackie is not on a standalone. He is using the A90 ECU, but it is AMS tuned. He has multiple boost settings. You got a mirror in his Turbo K series, and I believe he's been running medium boost all day. Can't give you a power number for either guy because I didn't ask, so I'm not going to make anything up. I think Jackie's biggest number on max boost is 560. I've never asked Amir what his max number is, so we'll just go ahead and assume it's in the fives because it's a Turbo K series. I mean, max boost Turbo K series, it could be in the sixes or the sevens, but it seems like Amir has a very conservative setup on his car.
Yeah, we just didn't want to get.
Well, I just now got out. I thought everybody was gone. I've been sitting here waiting.
Yeah, they were waiting till they threw the checker.
I didn't like sitting here.
Right here we have
Half of them were coming up right
Rusty
behind me,
Biddle
half
getting
of them
towed
were
off track.
Makes
It
me
does look
nervous.
like he had a, not necessarily a detrimental issue. I'm not saying his motor blew up, but something is going on. He probably heard a noise, felt something, saw a drop in oil pressure. Best thing you can do is immediately pull over to the side before you cause any catastrophic damage to the car. So here we have Road Atlanta's safety. Go ahead and yank him off track. This is actually something you don't see very often. Odds are this is going to be the quicker way back. The track has been checkered. There are no competitors on track right now. So usually you're going to see the fire and safety pull the car all the way around in the direction of the track. But odds are this is the quicker and safer method. There is a chance the car has fluid leaking or it has a catastrophic failure. So they want to pull it this way. But more often than not, they pull it the same direction as the track. But as you can see, that looks like it's right at turn one. So this is, instead of pulling around the entirety of the track, they're going to pull it right back into the paddock right now. So this makes total sense. All right, and here we have all the cars from Group 2 lining up. As soon as they can clear the track off and confirm it's good to go, they are going to have to pull this GTR completely out of the way. They have them in the middle of the pits right now, but you have all these cars from Group 2 lining up as we speak. All right, guys. So they did get that car off safely. There is no debris on track. So basically, we're going to go clean and green on Group 2, Session 3 right now. You know, I don't actually know the air temp out here, Eric. I'll be very honest with you. It's still warm. I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. Here, I'm use the interwebs and get you an answer. It is 88 degrees right now. It feels like 89. It's mostly sunny as we speak. It's very humid. It's moist outside is the best way to put it. So me personally, I'm from Southern California. I would rather take a 95-degree Southern California day than an 88-degree Road Atlanta day. So let's just be very clear about that. So here's how the rest of our day is going to play out, my guys. We have Group 2, Session 3 going on right now. This is going to be the second fastest group there is. It's going to be followed by Group 1, Session 3. That is going to be the final session of the day. Group 1, Session 3 has the chance of having the best session. It's going to be at 7:40. I don't think we're going to drop that much more temperature, but I do see the clouds continuously covering the sun. So they may have a little bit of a better time on track. I know that Jackie, I spoke with him right before this session. He wants to go back out and set a faster lap time. He was actually concerned. He thought that his time was disallowed. I had to confirm to him, like, no, your time stands, brother. You went 4 off, but it didn't gain an advantage, and it was at start finish. So he thought he was going to have to go out and set another record. So now he's even more motivated. I talked to Amir. Amir wants to work on his lines a little bit. He'll probably set a couple flyers, but his fastest now is a 31.8. So I think Amir's really going to send it in the morning. But we'll see. I mean, that's the same thing he told me at the Ridge, and the next, he dropped 4 seconds in one session. So we'll see how this plays out. But I think these guys are going to have a chance to really set some good lap times in this final session. Here we are running through all the times, as you could tell. It does have Jackie's updated time on there, the 29.1. And unlimited class, Mr. Eric Boyd at a 27.5. He is leading that class as we speak. Phil looks like he's getting the car figured out. He's running a little faster than the previous sessions. What's good, though, listen, Drew Turner, he has been running the same exact lap times over and over and over and over again. This is a guy that really knows his car. He's been pushing it consistently. Probably one of the better looking cars we have here. It's a completely streetable S2000, Voltex rear diffuser, wing, beautiful livery, splitter. That's what Time Attack, the spirit of Time Attack was many years ago. And it's great to see people still building cars like that and having a good time. Now, obviously, cars are about wangs on wangs and how much money you can put into development. And yes, we all know this isn't a money game, guys. A good team is going to take you far, but you do need development money. You do need time. You do need help. And a lot of these cars have become rocket ships. We go to COTA, we see the unlimited cars anywhere. You look at the Canadians going to any event. You look at Will's car, James's car, even Boersma's limited class car. They're amazingly developed. But seeing a car like that S2000 that belongs to Drew Turner, just a beautifully built, simple car. It's just great to see it out there. And, he's not here to set records. He's here to be competitive and have a good time, but he's doing a great job at it. for those of you out there watching, I will give you a little recap of the day. We've had all day here at Road Atlanta, guys. We started about noon. We had our drivers meeting at 11. It was, again, very interesting. We put on this event every year with Formula Drift, and to be here alone, it's kind of surreal. I never thought we'd be sitting here by ourselves all day in this tower because we're so used to running in the morning and then being part of Formula Drift's events. So it is great. It's awesome we're allowed to be here. I have been saying this and I will say it again. I do not want to take away the severity of the coronavirus pandemic, the COVID that is going on right now. The reason I don't talk about it so much is you hear this every day in your everyday lives. I'm going to tell you that we're blessed to be here. The competitors that are here, Road Atlanta has done a great job to keep us safe. We're social distancing, we're wearing masks. They are checking everyone's temperature in and out daily. And they're doing everything they can so we can race safely and do what we love to do. So to all the competitors here, nothing but respect to them. Thank you so much for making it out. To you guys at home watching, thank you so much. To my production crew that went above and beyond on this event, bringing a drone, trying to get you guys as much coverage as possible, not just our in-car, not just our locked out cameras. This has been a great day. We only have one more group to go. It's going to be the fastest group of the day, so hopefully we can see a few lap times get set down. But more than anything, we're just lucky to be here. Today's going to end with the final session as GTA Group 1 at 7:40. And then tomorrow we will start again bright and early at 8 a.m. We'll probably be live around 7:45, 7:50, just so you guys know. This is Eastern Standard Time, of course, but it's great to be back out here. All right, guys. So while we're waiting for Group 1 to go, let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule. I told you we go live at 8 a.m. So this is what we got going on. It's going to be a pretty straight through day. We have a short break in the middle, but we're going to be going from 7:55 all the way till 2:30, basically nonstop. The final grid is at 2. We'll have our awards at 2:30, so don't forget about that. But from 7:55 all the way till 2, we'll be going high. The very first session of tomorrow is probably going to be the most exciting. Reason being is there's a lot of heavy hitters that have fresh sets of tires and high boost settings on their cars ready to go out and send it. So don't hesitate to tune back in tomorrow. Also, if you want to know how the standings are right now, don't hesitate to go to the Global Time Attack Instagram page at Global Time Attack. There's actually a post up with all of the standings as it is right now. The only record broken to my knowledge of what I saw would be Jackie Ding taking the street overall. And we will see if that time gets dropped even more in this next session. All right, guys. And I know we've talked about him before, but I told you in the next Group 1, we're going to go ahead and get Mr. Eric Fleming an in-car. He is so incredibly close to resetting not just the limited rear-wheel drive record, but the limited overall record that we wanted to see if we could get that on stream. He's a great driver. It's his first time in this whole new setup. He has a brand new Samsona sequential. He's also first time running on these AO52 spec tires. He says they're actually a very great tire. He's super impressed with how they're handling. But of course, when you're set up on one tire and you go to another, it takes time to get accustomed. I know he's been talking to Ferris. I know they've been figuring out together what the best pressures to run and what's starting to go on that. So we'll see what they lay it out with. For those of you wondering what the lap times are, right now, I believe Marcos and Sally is, from what I know, the only one that's driven the car so far. So Sally is at a 134. I believe that's good enough for fifth in street class right now, which is pretty crazy to think a 34 puts you in fifth when I've seen 32s win street class overall in the past. So we have Jackie Ding at a 29. We have Mr. Amir at a 31, and the list just keeps going from there. So don't hesitate to go to the at Global Time Attack Instagram page and check what the standings are, and then we can go from there. All right, guys. So I'm sure you see it. I see it. I promise you, this camera is hard mounted. That's American muscle you're feeling right there. That's cammed V8 goodness. So this is a C6Z06. We were jokingly saying this has a 4.8 truck motor in it. So, you know, she's moving pretty slow. But this is a brand new setup for him. Samsonis sequential, brand new tires to him, everything, and he's been going out there and laying some killer lap times. But when he comes to a stop, that bald eagle power shows itself because it's trying to shake the innards out of our camera. In case you were wondering what that Corvette looked like from the outside, that's some 7 liters of American Fury right there, my friend. It's awesome. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. So in American Time Attack, even though in the very beginning push rods weren't legal, though they became legal relatively quickly, but you didn't see very many vets. You saw MTI Racing show up every once in a while, and that's it. And now all of a sudden, man, these people just running bald eagle power are everywhere. You see him passing that C5Z06 right there. We have multiple Corvettes here. We have a Corvette, high profile, that just isn't here. His name's Ferris. He is fanboying on the internet right now for Mr. Fleming. He wants to see him take the overall limited record in the 27s, and I think he can totally do it. We've actually had multiple drivers reset their fastest time with the in-car, so I'm really hoping to see him get in the 26s while we can all watch. Man, what am I looking at here, guys? We got 7 liters, inline 6, another freaking American muscle car, and a 720 horsepower GT500 that could be modified. I just know what the out the box number is. Jackie Dean seems kind of outmatched right now, and then we have this cute little 4-cylinder NSX just right behind all of them. So this is an awesome stack group, guys. We have C6 Z06, A90 Supra, every JDM fanboys love the NSX. You got a C5Z06, which is my love, by the way. If you ask me my favorite Z06, it's going to be a fixed roof coupe C5. Not the best aero car, guys. Let's not lie to each other. It's more of a brick than a C6 or than a hatchback, but amazing car. Yeah. And as I'm sure you guys can hear from the in-car audio, Ferris will tell you in a heartbeat, but this Z06 is going to sound amazing. So I will be talking a little bit through this, but I promise you the second he starts this flyer, I'm shutting up. From what it looks like, a majority of the heavy hitters from Group 1 are coming out. I do have a couple people that want me to put an in-car in Mr. Boyd's Evo 10. Hopefully tomorrow I have a chance to do that. That's another amazing sounding car. No, listen, guys. So when I say 7-liter, I just know that it's a C606. I don't actually know his build. Y'all are going to know it better than me because I have not even met this man before today. I know a lot about most of the Time Attack builds, but this is a new car to me, and it's amazing. That's why I told you I was making a joke. When we teched the car earlier, he's like, yeah, it's just a 5.3 truck motor, you know, with a Thule cam in it. From what I have been hearing, though, it is a 7.7 liter. It has a beautifully new Samsonis Samsonis sequential in it. And from the lap times he's been setting, it's incredible. So we got Eric over here setting up his hot lap. Like I said, I'm going to give you a little talkie-talkie right now. Eric Fleming is being followed by a whole group of heavy hitters. So he is in the front of this group. Jackie was a little faster than him. Then Eric set a 29 flat. So Eric is leading this group out. Hopefully he can get into the 28s and the 27s. Truth be told, the same thing's true with Jackie. I think Jackie has it in him. So when Jackie set his record lap, he did damage the splitter a little bit. I already talked to him about it. He says it's holding on for life, but they're gonna make sure it can hold and that they can send it again. So the fact that he's out there tells me that he is gonna send it. So take a look at the lap times. We're gonna be on board with Eric, just so you know. So we're gonna start a lap in about 10 seconds. He's gonna go through 10A and 10B right now. And honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, the American Fury took it over. That's a rough one, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We have some of the best mounting we can use that car, and she shakes her good. So we'll still keep track of him as well as we can. We'll try to get the drone above him. We were gonna rely on that a little bit, but let's see what kind of lap times he runs. I gotta say, I love everyone on the internet, though. You're not wrong. It's too much freedom for that camera. but it's not too much freedom for us to find out what the lap times are. So he is out there. He is flying. Hopefully we can get a little bit of coverage of him. Like we're going to have to call our voodoo manufacturer and get some new meds. Let's see what kind of lap times he sets. So we have Eric Boyd out in front, and there it is, Eric Fleming. I said Derek Boyd. He did a 30. I think he got held just a little bit, but let's see. Jackie just reset the street record again, 28.793, guys. So anyone that was questioning Jackie's 29 because he went 4 off, you can throw that away, guys. 28.793. Jackie once again resets the street overall. Got a mirror at a 30 flat. He took a second off his last one. He told me he's not going to go push it too hard this one. And like I said, once again, I never believed that because I remember the ridge when he said he wasn't going to push it, and then he took 2 or 3 seconds off his lap time. Ryan Matthews at a 31.429. Guys, street class is banging right now. So we have Jackie Ding at a 28.7. We have Amir at a 32. We have Eric Fleming at a 35. We have Ryan Matthews at a 31.4 and Eric Rockwell at a 32.5. This is the top 5 right here, and they're all 32 and below. There it is, guys. There it is, 128.487. So he surpassed Jackie. I mean, we all know it, guys. Eric Fleming is in a limited class car. It's a new setup to him. I'm in no way taking away from what he is able to do, but look at what Jackie has done. Jackie's at a 28.7 in a true street class car. I hear it all the time. That's not a street car. Listen, guys, this is a street class car. He built it to the rule set, and he did a killer job with it. So I don't know if Jackie's going to lay another lap down, but I can tell you he reset. Well, I think he was on a cooldown because he did a 54, but he is staying matted through it. He's chasing down Amir. I think he feels vindicated right now. He wants to follow Amir. He wants to chase him down and show him he is the real deal. So we did have an in-car in Jackie's car when he went out for his first session. He had a little issue. He did a 30.1, I believe. It was an amazing lap, and then the car kind of just failed on him. So had a battery issue, had to come back in. I'll be honest with you, I try really hard not to. Oh, Eric Fleming, 27.2. Let's ignore everything that just happened right now. Eric Fleming just did a 27.2. That is killer. I'm going to go ahead and confirm the record for you right now. All right, guys. So the limited record is a 127.745. So what I mean is the new limited record is a 27.236. Eric Fleming has reset that limited record. No more William Al Young, my friend. You close the borders, and what happens, Will? People take your records. I'm sorry. We got Sally at a 34.996. So top 5 in street class are 32 and down. This is turning out, this last session, the one I was hoping would be the best session, is definitely getting it done. Eric Fleming reset the record, limited class record, 27.236. We have Jackie Ding at a new street class record of 28.793. He reset his own record that was a 29.1 right before it. So if there was any doubt or any question, he definitely laid that one down. You got Amir at a 30.2 on his first flyer. He has a brand new set of tires and a high boost setting that I know he's going to run tomorrow early in the morning. So we'll see what kind of times he runs there. You have Ryan Matthews at a 31.4, Eric Rockwell at a 32.5, and then Sally at a 34.9. Top 5, top 6 are right there. You have from 28 to 34, and 1 through 4 were within 1.5 to 2 seconds. Guys, just so you know, I just got news in that is actually Marcos in Sally's car. So this would be the first time that we see Marcos in the car. That was his first flying lap in this car. So let's see what he can lay on his second flyer. .34.3. He dropped 0.8 off that one lap. All right, guys, let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule while we're waiting to see if anyone else sets any more flyers. We go live at 8. The track goes hot at 8, which means we will be live a little bit before that. Be ready for us around 7:50, 7:55. You know, I'm gonna put the stress on my production team to say we're gonna be here. They'll be here at 6 sharp. I'll walk in the door at 7:49, and then we will go from there. But we're going from 8 to 2 p.m., guys. And what's not on this, just so you know, are the GTA awards. That's 2:30. So all the winners, all the record setters, you will see everything go well. And according to my production team, we'll have 12 drones, 13 in cars, and I just made all that up. This drone action has been great. I'm hoping, I'm not hoping, I will tell you tomorrow there will probably be a little bit more drone action. This is our first time doing a drone at Road Atlanta, so I don't want to say we were being conservative with it, but we were being conservative with it. We wanted to make sure that the drone operated properly. We were giving you guys the best shots possible. And I will be very honest with you, and any drone pilot will tell you this. We wanted to make sure the drone didn't fall on track and hit a car. Because the last thing we need is to hit a car in a windshield, cause an accident, and go downhill from there. So that's what we got going on tomorrow. Let's go back over this session. Eric Fleming, new limited class record, 27.236. Jackie Ding, new street class record, 28.793. And the rest of everyone there is still killing the game, but these two have just really shown you what they got. I don't want to overstress this, and I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but you should really need to tune in tomorrow to the Group 1 again. We will have Jackie on higher boost. We will have Amir on higher boost and fresh tires. I think we're going to see more 28s. I really do. I think you're going to see Jackie get a lower 28. I think you're going to see Amir break the 28.7. If everything goes well, tomorrow is just going to be a battle like it was at Ridge Motorsport Park. I do agree with you guys. Everyone on YouTube, thank you so much for sticking with us, man. You guys, we all know that YouTube is cancer. Okay, guys, the YouTube comment section tends to be the most cancerous thing I have ever read, and we're really lucky, man. I got great commentators on YouTube. You guys are filling me with information while I fill you with information, and I think you're right. I think there's something about Sally and Marcos's car that has it stuck at 34s. I don't know if it's a setup thing. I don't know if it's an aero thing, but one thing I can tell you is Marcos doesn't give up. So whatever he learned in the car today, he's going to push in tomorrow. When he set the record here in his car, it wasn't perfect. I'll tell you right now, he did that 29.7. His car could have done a 28, but it's all about that one perfect lap. This is time attack. All you guys here that compete know it doesn't matter if you have predictive data that shows you can do a 27 and you only do a 29. That's what you do. You know what I mean? Jackie Ding, on the other hand, had no data to show he'd go as fast as he did, and he did. Then there is Amir, who has data showing he could be in the 28s, but he has no history here. So realistically speaking, I think tomorrow is going to be wild. I think we're going to see Jackie Ding in the low 28s to 22nds. We're going to see Amir in the 28s or lower. We're going to see Sally and Marcos drop their time significantly. I think they're going to find something. They're going to get together. They're going to go over the data. They're going to talk with everyone they know, and they're going to find something to drop that time. But here's the thing. They're at 34s, and that doesn't even put them in the top 5 right now. I cannot believe it. You're at a 34.3, which would almost always put you at a podium, and you're in 5th or 6th. Because we got a 28, a 29. I'm sorry, we have a 28, a 30, a 31, a 32. So you're either in 5th or 6th with a 34. Man, competition's getting wild here, guys, and I can't wait to see how well it goes tomorrow. Everyone should improve. Tomorrow morning should be the time. It should be the place. You guys make sure you don't miss it. And I mean, realistically speaking, it doesn't get much better than this. All right, guys, we have about 5 more minutes left in this session. I don't know how much more excited I could get. Okay, so I don't want to sound like a fanboy here, nor am I a Jackie Ding fanboy. Let's be real here. I love Jackie Ding. He really lays it down, but he impressed the ever-loving crap out of me right now. He has a damaged splitter. He's on the same tires from Coda because when he runs Grid Life, he does run the AO52s, but he runs a 285 because we allow 295. So these are his tires from Texas. And he just goes out there, sets a record while almost putting it in the wall going down 12, and then goes back out and sets the cleanest lap possible to 28.7. So what's going to stop him tomorrow from going 27s? I'll let you have it. Speaking of tomorrow, let me look at the schedule so you know what time to catch Jackie, okay? Jackie's group 1. So I don't want y'all to miss a single thing. Jackie, Amir, Sally, every single group from street class that you want to see will be at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means all you cats in California, I need you up on the interwebs by 6 in the morning, all right? I don't want you watching it later. I don't want to get no text messages from you. You hear me, Brandon. I don't need no text messages asking what happened. I want you up 6 a.m. to catch this because I think the 9 a.m. session is going to be the one where Amir crushes it, where Jackie goes faster, where Marcos and Sally find what's going on and move forward from their 34 slump. Because we got 1 through 5 in street class, and you got to be at like a 30 to even podium right now. You got Eric Fleming, who's definitely going to continue to go out and crush the game. I feel very bad about that in-car dropping. I'm not going to lie. I hope we can actually get another in-car in Eric's car and he can just go faster because he impressed the ever-loving out of us right there. So this is tomorrow's schedule. Don't miss group 4, 3, or 2, or 1, okay? Don't miss any of the groups. The morning is going to be the fastest session. But if you need to know what Jackie Ding's time is, because that's the most common thing, I feel he has the highest internet presence here, it's going to be at 9 o'clock. That's the one you're going to want to see. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking 6 a.m. Pacific Standard. So don't miss it, guys. All right, man. And you know what? Because you guys have been such great fans, my tech team has got the final times before we're even done. Boom. Here we got it, guys. So here's your enthusiast class. We have Mr. Bashar at a 145, Mr. Whitehead at a 45.9. Whitehead got that time while we had the in-car. He sent it. I know limited class. I know we have the order here a little snafu, but there's a 27-2 overall limited class record. Look at street. Here we go, guys. So we got Jackie being at a 28.7, Amir at a 32, Matthews at a 31.4. Look at this. Sally and Marcos 34 puts him in 5th, and there's another 34 in 6th. Street is lit. Eric Boyd leading unlimited class. I kind of want to be in his car tomorrow because that thing sounds amazing. So for any of you guys wondering what's going on right now and what the times are, don't hesitate to keep up with us. Don't hesitate to check us out tomorrow morning. RIP West Coast, 6 a.m. Wake up because that's where you're going to want to be. Hey guys, thanks so much for following us today. Big shout out to Revolution Media for all the hard work they do to get this drone in the air. Big shout out to the entire GTA staff, our fearless leader, Jason, the guys out there that are putting in work on that nasty hot grid while I stand in an air-conditioned building and cry about it. Thank you to all the sponsors, Yokohama Tire for being our title sponsor, giving us the spec tire, Turbo by Garrett for everything they do for us. All the other sponsors out there, thank you for everything you do. Raise Wheels, Ignite Race Fuels, Competition Clutch, CSF Radiator, Race Shapes, Meister Watches. Thank you so much for everything you do. Stop Tech for supplying brake vouchers. All you guys are what make us what we are today. Be sure to catch us here tomorrow. We will be here 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time.